Well, hi there, friends. It is Monday. It's not Blue Monday. Well, it's Blue Sky Monday. And it's cold. But I'm just chopping vegetables to make a big soup. And this insight hits me out of the clear blue sky, all right, about parents and parenting. And what I used to say to my children and not say to my children, and who said what to whom, and how come some people are just so dull. And it came to me. There was this picture of Prince William in the social media the other day, and he looked dull. And I thought to myself, gee, that's really sad because he's, what, 36, 37 years old? Why would that be happening to him? And then it came to me, well, remember George V never spoke to your father about anything. And so I thought, well, why would that be? And that's because the Masons and Chivalic Orders teach a secret and absolute cosmology that cannot grow or learn. And so they cannot share their knowledge, their wisdom that they get from their satanic brethren with their children. They can't talk to their children about things. Now, let's go back to the Mosaic Law and how we teach our children. Okay, and it says, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your might. Keep these words that I'm commanding you today in your heart. Recite them to your children and talk about them when you're at home and when you're away and when you lie down and when you rise. Bind them as a sign on your hand. Fix them as an emblem on your forehead and write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Wow! And the evangelicals in Christianity are told to preach the word. Okay, preach the word, teach the truth. But Satanists are held to secrecy, and so they don't teach their children. And this is why, okay, Edward VIII, who was the heir to the throne, his father, George V, was a Satanist. And his father didn't talk to him about anything. His father did everything behind his back. And Edward was relegated and sent to caregivers, Hansel and Finch, who were both good Protestant Christians who taught fairness above all and the kingdom of God covenant. Okay, so this is the basis for the division between George V, who is prospering, the Milner Kindergarten, the Fabian Society, the Rothschild banking, the empire, the imperial hopes of his grandmother, Queen Victoria. And he's doing it from the occult, secret, satanic side. And he doesn't talk to his son about anything. And so Edward learned the Protestant ethic from Hansel and Finch and from schools and from the military. And so Edward was on a different page from his father. Now, I've seen this in life over and over again, all right? I've been married a couple times, and my ex-husband was never admonished or counseled or mentored by his father. In one case was an industrialist, in the other case was military. And so being in a neutral, non-revelatory, non-participating relationship to his children. The children were just sent out to learn whatever they could. So here we have a surefire way of identifying the people in leadership in this country who are actually practicing Satanists and Luciferians. And how do we do that? We look at their children, and we look at the teachings and the ideologies and the ethic that their children bring to the world. And when you see that division between what the father holds secretly and what the children know, you know you have that secret insulating wall between generations. And that is where evil is allowed to intrude, where the parents don't teach their children about morality and ethics and decency and what's in the holy law and what are the beatitudes of fairness and decency and honesty and being a decent person. So we have a way here in the United States and in the UK to finger the Satanists and Luciferians on the basis that they neither learn nor teach a progressing cosmology, a progressing physical universe. We're finding out from physicists that the universe is actually a hologram, and that it operates on it precipitates matter at many different frequency levels that we call timelines, and that there are interdimensionals who have the ability to hop from timeline to timeline. You talk to a Satanist about this and he'll just, okay? Because Satanists are stuck in an ossified version of cosmology that is unable to grow and learn. And their children are not taught anything real. Their children all adopt the most conventional fables and myths and legends in academia because they never got the truth from their parents. The parents were busy keeping secrets. And this is why the whole technical layer of society is removed from heartfelt morality based on having just outcomes and fair outcomes and equitable outcomes that have meaning in the heart and the soul and the family and the community. The Satanists and the Luciferians have scrubbed ethics and empathy and decency out of the awareness of their own families. And this is what we have to turn around if we're going to turn the country back to a civil society based on natural rights and just laws and fair outcomes for the largest number of people. And we've got to finger the Satanists and Luciferians who refuse to participate in the dialogue about ethics and problem solving and conflict and dispute resolution and the processes of unpacking what's true among people who are victimized by the whole system itself. You see, technocracy is amoral. I'll give you the link again to the Iron Mountain conferences and hear for yourself just how amoral technocracy is and has been. Something to think about. I'll go back to making my soup.